babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with the host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. Hey, we're here again.
Yes.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I know.
Man?
Our listeners, they don't know what to do with themselves. This is our 4th episode in a month.
We're trying to stay consistent. We're taking all those like responsibilities and other crap we have to do and just chucking them right out the window.
Right?
Well, I mean,
Fuck
Steve,
this,
you
dude.
didn't even go to work today. You were
No,
like, fuck it,
I don't. I'm
podcast.
not even wearing pants.
This is not a
You know,
lie.
and I'm wearing I've been wearing flip flops for like about 2 months now.
You're slowly morphing into the dude.
Like you are looking like the dude.
You know, my hair is getting kind of shaggy and shit. And yeah, I just I've embraced this summer wardrobe thing.
I like it,
it's
man.
very comfortable.
Yeah.
Like so many years of wearing steel-toed boots and fucking like, denim fucking vests and shit.
And all of a sudden you're in like t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like you got your misfit.
It's tough being punk rock, dude.
It is. It's very warm.
It's hard work,
very
man.
warm
But
and
you're
sweaty.
like modern punk rock because it's like
I'm
you got
old.
the sleeves.
Yeah, I'm
you
an
know?
old punk guy now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do they call us now? Like dad punk or some shit,
Yeah, when somebody asked me, they asked me, do you listen to metal? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you probably like dad metal.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
I'm like, what? Okay.
I actually had somebody approach me one time about a Slayer shirt I was wearing, and they're like, dude, that's like dad metal. And I was like, well, your mom was digging it when I was banging her back in the day. And they just like turned away and left, So, but yeah, I mean, the standard like dad punk like wardrobe is normally a Social Distortion t-shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a pair of Dickies
Sure.
and a pair of Vans.
Like it's
normally.
fucking 1996 all over
Yeah,
again.
you're just like, I'm super comfy, but I'm still going to shows, man.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Right. So, yeah, it happens. But, man, I've just embraced this summer wardrobe. It's just so comfortable.
It looks good. And then I turned around. I left on vacation and I came back and Chris, like Jesus was crucified apparently. And
Yeah.
he came back as
Brian Setzer.
Yeah, I was
I don't
going
know
to
what
say,
the hell's
he's
going
got
on.
like this whole fucking like, what was the movie back in the day? The fucking
Swingers?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
You're
got
like
the-
Vince Vaughn
He's
hair.
got the
now.
Vince Vaughn hair
Come
going
on
on
now.
right now. Dude, you're so money you
I
don't
thought
even
you
know
were gonna
it
do
with
like
that
the
hair.
full shave sides with the comb over thing. Like,
No, I mean I can. I tell you what,
like
man.
you got the head for that. Like I don't. So.
Yeah, no. I went to.
Fantastic Sam's.
Well, I went to a place like that when I tried cutting the hair a little shorter,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, this is not helping. So I went by this. I don't think I've told you this story yet. There's a barbershop in Redlands, and Steve would probably call it a hipster shop, but I walk in, and it's a gentleman's barbershop.
A hipster.
So, well, and it kind of had that feel at first, but you look around, you got like Al Capone on the wall, and you got like Pancho Villa.
Oh, so it's like welcome to the barbershop, but we're gonna cut your hair, huh?
No, it's like these
It's a
guys
young
are all-
guy. He's probably got a fucking tattoo on his
Right,
face of like
of
a fucking
course.
anchor
Of course.
or some shit.
No, I go in and I'm like, hey,
Wait. Why an anchor? Like is he
'Cause that's-
Popeye or?
Well,
No,
because
it's like ironic, old
and they like
school.
they like to take fucking tattoos that actually have meaning to people who actually should be fucking sporting them, and then they're sporting them, kind of like
Right.
dilutes it with their poser bullshit.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not
So-
knocking this place because
This is why I have no
fucking
tattoos.
love this
Yeah.
place. So I go in and I say, hey, you got time to cut my hair? And he's like, I could probably fit you in. There's beer in the fridge, so help yourself.
Is it Pabst Blue Ribbon?
No, there's they
okay.
and I'm like, fucking sweet. I've never been to a barber shop where they give you beer.
We have a wide variety of IPAs.
Right.
that you can-
So I hang out for a while, and they got some like cool Stax music going, like old R&B stuff,
Uh-huh.
and
I mean, this sounds great to me.
It was
already.
fucking great.
Oh,
dude.
it's almost every barbershop now, dude. Have you been to a
Dude.
Are you still going to Fantastic Sam's?
No.
You gotta go to a barbershop.
No,
Dude, come out there one day.
I had a regular barber I went to for a long time, and then like he retired. Like I had a Giuseppe. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
who cut my hair, and he did a straight razor shave every
That's,
time I
they
went.
did that too.
Yeah.
Like that's the greatest thing ever.
Oh,
Like,
dude, the hot towel,
Oh, it's fucking great.
little massage thing on your shoulders.
No,
like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like at a certain point, I just gave up. I didn't fucking care about cutting my hair anymore. So I bought a pair of clippers, and I was just shaving down to it too.
You got a Flowbee?
I might as well, dude.
It sucks as it cuts, and it certainly does suck.
Well, I started looking like a chia pet at a certain point, and the wife nixed that. She's like, "No, you need to like go." And so for a while, I had like a stylist that was doing my hair, a little Asian girl, very nice. But she nipped my ear once, and I'm like, "Nope, I'm done here."
Done.
So like, she nipped it good, not like, "Oops, I accidentally stabbed you." It was like I basically had to do a stitch, like the liquid stitch.
Wow.
Yeah,
A
like,
good one.
Well, her scissors were fucking sharp.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
she just nicked me, and it was like right on the earlobe.
My wife is a former stylist. I know
Yeah.
how sharp those fucking shears
It's
are.
no
dude.
fucking joke, dude.
Yeah.
So that was my last trip to her, and not because she just was moving, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm not going to follow you to L.A. Good luck.
Right,
You know, after you mangled my ear.
Yeah.
But no, I found a girl at the Great Clips right around the corner that does a
Dude.
fucking great job.
Fuck, great clips. They cut. That's what led me to this place. Like after a couple of days,
Yeah.
I went to the Great Clips. They chopped off the hair, and I'm
It
like,
was
yeah.
terrible.
I showed them a picture. Can you do this? It was simple, and it was fucking
And they were
awful.
you showed them Brian Setzer.
Dude, I showed him a picture of me before I grew the hair out. And it's like there's nothing complicated about it. You just cut it short, And I ended up looking like a low rent Hugh Grant. And it was just not okay. But I'll tell you what, man, I've been checking my calendar. Like, when can I go back and get my hair cut
So
again?
how much was your haircut?
It was like $25.
That's not bad, actually.
It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
They had some cool product.
and
I got to want to have my beard trimmed up now.
Oh, dude, there was a guy next to
I
us.
went like
next to
when
me getting that done.
when my daughter was getting married. I had him trim because it gets fucking like
Right.
if I pick it out, it gets
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're like
It's
really
awesome.
embracing the homeless wizard when you do
So
that?
yeah, big time.
Nice.
I mean, I'm Gandalf. It's real bad.
Gandalf the metal.
Yeah, so I have them go in there and trim it up, but they keep wanting to cut my hair, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I'm just kind of
Right.
growing it out, and maybe I'll do some fucking like Ragnar or fucking Lothbrok shit, shave the sides and grow it long, and then like
Right.
tattoo chaos symbols on the side of my head. It'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, whenever you go to these barbershops now, they're all loaded with all these pictures of all this like, fucking rat fink stuff.
Right,
and, yeah,
right. Old dryers from the 50s on the shelf. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was dope, dude. I'm totally in.
It's the thing.
I had the same barber for 20 years, and then he retired, and his
It
son doesn't cut his
started.
hair
It
as well.
really started kind of down in Hollywood first.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
that I saw, like
Right.
down in Melrose, there were a couple of guys who were like tattoo artists and
Barbers.
right.
barbers, and they're like mixing this whole thing together. And it's just since then, it's just fucking blown up like all over the country.
It was definitely like the testosterone barbershop.
I mean,
I like that.
I
it was
behind
dope.
that.
Dude.
I like
it was
that.
dope.
Like, I like
it was
going-
definitely like on the window, gentleman's barbershop. Like
Yeah.
this is the He-Man Woman Haters Club. They
There
stay the fuck
were
out.
some barbershops who've gotten into some fucking lawsuits because they're just like, we don't cut women's hair.
Right.
It's turned into a thing. So I
What's
don't
your
know.
problem with that?
I don't either. There's lots of.
I mean, unless you want a man haircut,
I'll give you a Mo number 3.
There you go.
right.
Point at which one on the wall you would like.
You get the fucking Vince Vaughn fucking number 1. That's our number 1 cut, and then we've got that new
Justin Bieber.
the Germans in the 1930 haircut,
where it's like the
Right.
shaved side with the comb over.
with that really fucking sharp,
crisp part.
Yeah.
and then the Mo number 3.
That's all we
it.
offer.
That's what we offer. You don't like it, hit the fucking road, okay? We're a bunch of simple dumb guys.
We only cater to gentlemen and ladies in comfortable shoes.
The I hate Donald Trump haircut. Is that what it is? There you go.
Can you give me something that says Not my president. Say no more, fam. Yeah.
So yeah, man. So
it's called Rocket 88.
I go to Motorhead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
do they play the Ace of Spades on repeat like the entire time you're
No,
there?
but they've always got like cool fucking movies and shit playing, and they
Right.
like to talk movies, and I'm like, we can fucking hang out all day, man.
Right,
so
right.
yeah.
Well, I think it's like to me, it's like one of those things where I love a good barbershop like that.
Right.
Like my barbershop was like that, where it was like you walked in, and the minute you walked in, like everybody's sitting around, and it was and it's not like when like the movie Barbershop with Ice Cube.
No.
It's not like that level of sitting around, but everyone's there is chatting,
Yeah.
and you're talking like people are like talking sports, they're talking like girls. It's like there's maybe a mom or two, but everybody's cool and they don't care. It's not like F you, F that or anything like that. But it was a good environment.
And it doesn't feel assembly line. Like this fucker took an hour on my head. I don't have that much hair anymore.
Yeah, dude, like my beard is
it
like
took a while.
45 minutes, man.
Right.
She's just
Really?
like fucking in there, dude. Doing these weird little cuts
Mm-hmm.
and shit.
Well, when I go, I have to have my hair thin because I'm fucking part Wookiee.
Right.
So it's like I literally am like, can I get a haircut? Would you mind thinning it out? And that's just so my scalp can see the light of day. Otherwise, it's it's like the forest moon of Endor up there. It's like no joke of thickness. So, well, welcome to the Nerdlife Haircut podcast.
Right.
That definitely took a turn I did not expect.
Well, you start talking about appearances. It's
I mean, I came back home like, dude, you've been scraggly for a while, like
a long time.
Like even Elena, like the wife commented, she's like, "Why is Chris turning water into wine at the shows now?" And I'm like, "Well, because."
Dude, after fucking 7 years of having dreadlocks, dude,
Yeah.
cutting those off at the beginning of this year and running my fucking fingers through my hair and a comb, holy
Right.
shit, a brush. I was just like laying on the bathroom floor, dude, just like
just
brushing my hair.
Marsha.
Fuck, dude, that feels so good. Come in here. You got to see this. Have you ever felt this? Holy shit, this feels so good.
And your wife's like, "Yeah, all the time. Thanks."
Yeah, it was a great experience after that long.
See,
That's just too damn hot, dude. That's
that's-
really what it is.
But that's like combing is like that's how it is for me. But I get like a full circular motion because I just start and it goes right down my back, comes right up my
all the way
balls,
down his ass.
right up the stomach, and I just go right back around. It just you don't understand, man. And sometimes I'll just use like a lint roller. Like it's like I'm like
God, man, I wish you'd just fucking let that beautiful beard grow.
Ah,
That
dude, it's
nature
not as
gave
cool
you.
as it
I
like.
bet you would be fucking give it a good year of magnificence, dude.
I already told you I look like fucking Bluto from the Popeye
Dude, you would
movie.
can you
I
imagine
can see that.
just like a
see it.
little nest of beautiful baby birds living in there, just tweeting away, dude? Oh, your kid would be so stoked. He'd take you to school for show and tell.
Oh, dude, my beard.
Look at my dad's beautiful
You
beard.
think your
man.
beard is white? I'd look like Santa Claus, dude.
Dude, fuck, man, and with that just for men in my beard, you can say that motherfucker dyed his beard. Look at that. That don't look real. So I just let the gray go now.
Right.
It's like super fucking gray.
Yeah, it's like
I see pictures. I go, wow, god damn. Here, let me fuck with a filter a little bit.
Right.
Calm that down.
I've been telling Elena they got because I ran into a friend of ours, Shane, that I hadn't seen in a while, and he goes, damn, dude. And I said, what's up? And he goes, you're starting to get gray on top. You guys, like, you got that, like, I get this patch on like the front right side. That's like, And I was telling Elena, I go, they make this just for men. And she goes, oh, don't do it. I'm like, no. But it like washes in, like you use it as shampoo, and it turns the gray whatever color you want. I go, I could do like fucking highlights in my hair at this point. It'd be like the 90s all over again. You know?
Right.
I could look like Sugar Ray. You know?
And you get like a fucking one of those ball bearing necklaces.
Oh,
and
fuck
shit.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey, I got a buddy, lifelong friend, my good friend Robert out there. He has gotten this beautiful fucking like poly fucking walnuts from The Sopranos gray going up the sides.
nice.
And it's like perfect and even and shit. You're like, God damn, dude. You were blessed by the hair gods with that fucking grayness, dude. It's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
How are you not gray?
It's
My
just for
beard is
men.
totally gray.
Your beard. Okay.
I've got this like right down,
just for
right down
men
the
up there.
center.
yeah, no shit. That is not your natural color, dude. On top.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it is. I don't dye my hair.
I don't believe it.
I don't dye my
I'm
hair.
believing him.
You believe
I
it?
don't got time
think
for
so.
that shit.
He doesn't even want to fuck with the movie pass thing.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Man, there's some gray in there. It's just, it's
He's got it combed.
So speaking of that, the movie pass update real quick.
Movie Pass.
So they've now changed their thing, so you can go only see 3 movies a month now for $9.99.
and not first run movies.
Well,
only if it's been out for 6 months, then
No,
you
that's
can
not
go
all
at the
of them.
dollar
I
theater.
hear it
and-
was the Mission Impossible weekend that like fucking broke it or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Just is like,
Well, and especially you assholes have been putting me on blast on the Facebook. Like,
not me. Hey, I'm a supporter. I'm just not a user.
well, you've turned the listeners against me as well, Chris, which is, I think, your revenge for
yeah, the hate,
the hate.
the 2 minutes hate that you instilled.
Did you turn your phone on mute?
No.
We're free balling tonight.
Absolutely.
Actually, I will confess, it's on mute, but not intentionally. I did that at work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm back at work now, and I never turned it back on. So.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you actually muted it for us for a hot
I
second.
didn't. That's the point. It just happened to be.
Well, the Movie Pass update here is I'm still a Movie Pass member. I think I'm one of a few, so I think they'll have enough money to support me to whatever movie I want to
Right.
go to.
I really, that was my goal, is just to try and help you out.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. But I can go see 3 movies every month now.
Yeah.
But we were traveling across I took a road trip. So we bought a new car.
Yes.
I bought a
Tesla.
I bought a Tesla Model S. So we've nicknamed the car. The car is called Nico. So we call every car in the house has a nickname. So we just call that one Nico now.
My wife calls my Bronco a piece of shit. So I relate. Yeah.
I had a piece of
Are
shit
you
once.
still driving that?
I put $5,000 fucking dollars into this in the last 6 months. We are going all the fucking way,
Dude, that's
We've
a new
gone too
car.
far now. I know. The whole fucking reason we
You know-
got it is because we didn't want a second car payment.
You know what that is, right?
Fuck.
That's the money pit.
You're
right
Tom
there.
Hanks.
You're
You
fucking
are
Tom.
Oh, I
Tom
know.
Hanks.
Yeah. The last time that the fucking it died on me in a parking lot, I was sitting there laughing hysterically like Tom Hanks, like a crazy person, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Do you
it
have
was awesome.
do you take it to the Hispanic mechanic and he's like, that rhymes by the way, Hispanic mechanic.
No, my mechanic's German, or not German, Russian. And you know those people are crazy, so you got to pay them.
I just love I love in the money pit when he's like, how much longer is it gonna be? Oh, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I just spent about 3 weeks without her. So yeah, I
Nice.
just got her back the other day. So it's been fucking rough, man. I'm gonna go get me a Tesla. I'm off for the next couple days. I'm just gonna go down there and just buy one, not to say nothing to Jen. Just gonna come home.
dude, she'd be so happy.
She would be
I
stoked. I think she'd be
know.
like, I hear that thing runs
Oh, it's so
Like,
great,
It
dude.
runs.
Yeah. Like-
That's all you had to say.
like. How long were you on the road and you didn't?
I did 21 states.
No, it's not a hybrid, right? There's
No.
no gas.
Straight electric, dude.
No shit.
Straight electric. I'm like, and it's great because like when you get into like Wyoming and like fucking Nebraska and Iowa, like people.
They're like, this motherfucker's from California.
well, first off, yes, everybody was super pleasant with me, but
Absolutely.
staring at me like I was
to
from
your
the,
face.
Wow, dude, once again, staring at us like we were from the future. Like it was like not like we were fucking
You
Doc
know,
Brown and I pulled up in the
here though,
DeLorean.
like I don't fucking see a lot of fucking Teslas on the fucking ground here.
So they put a Tesla charger station in our city.
Okay.
And it's got 24 spots up there. If
Alright.
you go to the 9th Street courthouse right there, you know where White Park is, you'll see them driving in and out of there all day long.
All right.
They
I've
are
seen a lot of Maseratis, and I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck are you people doing for a fucking living?
Right.
Anyway.
that's
I
not a lie,
digress.
dude. That's
Right.
not a
It's
lie.
ridiculous.
Fuck, dude.
But like once you get into the middle of America, like we are like people literally everywhere we stopped came up and talked to us.
Well, you're wearing the fucking pink pussy hat with the fucking shirt that says I'm with her.
Here's my favorite thing. Everywhere we went, this is the question we got. Oh, you like that Tesla? Yeah. Where you guys from? California. You drove that all the way from California? And I'm like, no, man, I had it shipped out here. It says I wanted to be fucking comfortable while I was driving. Of course, I drove it all the way out here.
Right.
You know, and then people are like, oh, do you like it? And I'm like, nah. Hillary forces us to drive them. Like that's.
Where's your butter churning station so I can fucking power this up there, Deb?
But it's like, you know, and it's funny because it's like driving this thing across the country. Like it's fun because our podcast, it has built-in 3G, so I could like throw on the podcast. I literally
Just listen to us the whole time.
I did that on the way home to prep for this. I was like, what the fuck did we talk about? Because I do that because it's like I want to make sure I don't repeat myself.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's how the bingo cards happen.
That is how the bingo cards happen, and they will continue to happen as well. But yeah, man, like It was a blast, and I did 5,400 miles in it in 11 days of driving. And we drove all the way to Pennsylvania and back. I drove the northern. I went through the 70 on the way out. And then we drove the southern route on the way home. Like I went through the middle of the fucking desert, St. Louis. I stopped in Tennessee and Nashville specifically just to have barbecue.
Hey, fucking
right?
hey! I've been wanting to do a fucking like a vacation of tour de barbecue
Yeah,
for like years.
in. I don't care when. I am in.
I will tell you what, guys. If everybody wants to take like a week and a half off,
I have that time under my belt.
we will jump. We could jump in the car and literally just drive for free wherever the fuck we want to go, and it costs nothing other than your time. Like that's the biggest thing. Like that was the thing. We saved probably $600 in gas.
Yeah.
And then Elena, the wife, had to be at work, so we hit Cincinnati. And I was scoping out the Cincinnati con out there at location and all. By the way, we want to look into that.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, but it's Ohio.
Yeah, but it's Cincinnati, dude. Cincinnati's kinda dope.
WKRP
I
in
love that show.
Cincinnati.
So
No one even knows what that shit is anymore.
Most,
I fucking
yeah,
loved
dude,
it.
absolutely. Like, they need to bring back fucking TV Land.
okay,
or some
Right?
shit,
first
dude.
off, have you guys watched WKRP in Cincinnati recently?
Not in
Okay, I tried. It was not as
35
good.
years.
It's, we literally just had this conversation.
Except the episode where they were dropping the fucking turkeys.
Yes, that was fun.
Classic episode.
Now,
dude,
Taxi
from
holds
the fucking
up.
helicopter.
Like Taxi holds up fucking unbelievably well.
Yes.
But like that I tried watching that. I'm all, ooh, Lonnie Anderson, or like this is not holding up well.
I'm doing it, dude. I'm watching it.
Okay, good luck with that.
I'm going for it.
There are very few shows that hold up from the 70s, and that is not one of them.
Dude, you know what does?
What?
Sanford and Son.
Oh, that's fucking great, dude.
It is funny as shit.
Absolutely,
Fox.
dude. Red Fox is classic.
And so does What's Happening.
There's a throwback for you fucking youngsters out there. If you've never heard of Red Fox before, man, look his shit
Oh, yeah,
up.
he
dude.
was
You want to
funny as
fucking
hell.
laugh, dude. I mean, this is one of the true pioneers in blue comedy, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, fucking funny,
Great,
dude.
great, fantastic. Like his joke structure is part of the fun too.
Oh, yeah,
like
man.
it's always unexpected where his punchlines come from, you know. So, but anyways, so yeah, man. So we did the road trip, and it was a blast. And I mean, some of the fun things we did. We did in Chicago. We found this Italian place that literally you can order like a pile of seafood for $70, and it was like, you know, a 1 pound lobster.
Yeah.
There was.
I tried to find that place in fucking Massachusetts. I know it's there. I never found it.
Oh, it was so good, dude. Like, and it was like Elena was so disappointed because she wanted to bring it in the car as leftovers, and I'm all,
Oh,
no.
Jesus Christ. It's a Tesla, woman.
Like, no.
This isn't a fucking Prius,
You know
man.
what? That's that moment where what's his name? Jason. God damn, I just lost it. Where he's yelling at the girl who just bled on his sheets. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Oh man, I can't remember that guy's name, but yeah, he like. There's a scene where he just loses his shit for a full 5 minutes, screaming at her because she bled on his sheets.
Is this in a show?
It's a
or-
movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jason Patrick. Does that sound
Was
like?
this
Yeah.
was this happen to be directed by Mel Gibson?
Was this your friends and
No.
neighbors?
Yes, your friends and neighbors. That's
there's
exactly what it is.
That movie is he's a dick in that movie.
He is an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
But this is what it reminds me of.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know that much of a dick.
I am that
You're
much
not
of a
bringing
dick.
your fucking
No, it's like-
skanky clam chowder in my fucking
Right.
Tesla, yo.
He lost his shit at that.
Oh,
I can
just-
see you doing that.
But you'll appreciate this. So the boy was riding in the back, and I'm all, that kid is not fucking eating in the car or drinking. Like,
Absolutely
hell no.
not.
Shit.
And I don't want his fucking grungy feet on the back of my seat.
I said, son, I'm going to come back there. I want to cut your feet off.
Exactly. So the wife knows that, like, brand new car, the kid is not allowed to fuck it up. So she got a doggy cover for the back seat. So it like covers the entire seat, and then it like hooks to the front of so it's got like a little catch. So anything he dropped got caught in the little catch in
That's
front of his seat.
beautiful.
And I was like, at first I'm all, we are terrible parents. And then halfway through the trip, I looked at this thing and I'm all, we are fucking brilliant parents.
Right.
Like, this is how I don't know how we lived without this the entire time.
Like, so Friday, I always take my boys out for a Slurpee when I pick them up from school or daycare. It's like Slurpee Friday.
Okay, I
They've
like
been
it.
good boys, right? I fucking get the Slurpees, and we're going to pick their mom up, and one of them's like, I'm done, and just like throws the cup. We're in the wife's car. We're not in the piece of shit Bronco. You know, she's got this new Hyundai Santa Fe. You know,
fucking Slurpee everywhere.
and just is like, I'm fucking done, and just bloop, and it didn't go everywhere. But I was like, you fucking little animal. What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, like, the language started flying.
Right.
I was super pissed, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, spit on the floor next to you? What the? You're just gonna start peeing in here too?
Let me guess. This was Vincent.
No, actually, it was Victor.
It
dude.
was Victor, really?
dude. And he's just like always, not saying nothing,
He's
just
like,
looking at me.
Okay.
Like, fuck you.
Well, we hadn't
I got that today from the 12-year-old.
yeah.
really.
Oh yeah, I went to pick her up.
Oh, from your 12-year-old.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That
okay.
just meant a random.
No,
12-year-old.
my kid. I text her. I say I'm picking her up. I drive all the way the fuck out to Devore to pick her up because that's where she goes to school. And I say I'm down the street. What do you think that means when I say, "Hey, I'm down the street"?
Come outside because I'm
Come
2
the
minutes
fuck
away.
outside. I'm literally around the corner. I'll be there by the time I get there. You will be outside. I pull up. She's still inside, and I'm like, motherfucker. She better be like shitting, or like something serious must have happened. And she comes strolling out. I call her. I'm like, where are you? She's like, oh, are you here yet? I said I was down the street. Get your ass out here. Like, I lost my shit. And then she just like stared at me when she got in the car. I'm like,
Welcome to Preteen Girl Part 3.
and then I got the cold shoulder all the way home.
This is like your third round with
Right.
with
Poor
this,
baby.
dude. Right?
Oh, dude.
Dude.
She's cool though.
I had one girl, and I was like, okay, I'm fucking done.
That's why it took
You know what?
25 years.
We're gonna go to the fucking store. I'm gonna get you a big pair of fucking Elizabeth Taylor black sunglasses.
Right.
So I don't have to see your fucking dirty looks and you roll your fucking eyes at me anymore.
Right.
You're gonna wear them all the time.
All the time.
you
Holy
were like
shit.
severe PTSD about this.
Oh
Right?
my god, it was rough, dude. It was like my little pumpkin turned into this little shithead from
Right.
hell. And I was like, I'm the cool dad.
Right.
I'm fucking super cool. I manage a band. We go on tour. We're fucking going to
Exactly.
shows. You're going to conventions and shit. Like, you haven't paid, like, you don't even know what a fucking door fee is.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I'm like, I'm an asshole because I asked you to clean the fucking cat box, which is your goddamn cat.
Right.
I suck. I suck.
Right.
And now I got to catch shit from your mom because you didn't do this, and I'm not hard enough on you. Yeah, there is some PTSD going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So the support group is starting up.
Holy shit.
We'll meet you at the Red Lobster banquet room on Thursdays at 8:00.
Man.
That's fucking rad, dude. Like watching you just now, I'm all, yeah, fuck yeah.
Sorry. I like went back in time for a second there.
Yeah, man. Well, I do have a story, and you guys are gonna mock me endlessly. So, Ronald Andrew, we're heading into Chicago, and Chicago downtown traffic is like LA downtown traffic. It is like not moving.
Yeah.
And so this poor kid, like as we hit it, is like, "Dad, I have to pee."
Of course.
And I'm like, buddy, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no bathroom nearby. We are 27 minutes from where we're going. You're gonna have to hold it. And then it turned into like, I gotta pee, like, and we're like, whatever we can do. Like, there's not a bottle or something for him to piss into. There's like,
Right.
it's just not the 70s. He can't stand up in the bed of the truck and just urinate, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it reaches that point where he's like fucking kicking the back of the seat because he's like, I gotta pee. And I'm like, and I literally turned on dad voice, and I'm like, I know you gotta pee. Stop being an asshole. You're fucking pissing me off. And then at that moment, he just stopped. And I went, did you just pee? And he goes, yeah. And I was like,
You scared the piss out of him?
I literally scared the piss out of him.
Wow.
And the wife is like, took him in the bathroom. We stopped at we finally got to like a McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I was like, just take him in, fucking clean him up. And he came back in and he was like, hey, Dad, how are you?
What's
and
up?
And I'm like, I'm cleaning up your seat right now, buddy. Like, it wasn't a
Yeah.
lot, but it was wet, you know. And it
Uh-huh.
was like, so I like gave him a talking to, and I was like, you know, son, you can't like, you know, doing the dad thing. Like, you got to hold it. You got to learn to like da-da-da. And he's like, fine, Dad. Like, cool. So we had that man-to-man talk. So I dropped these two off at an airport in Cincinnati on the way home because they had to work. And I was taking 3 days to myself on the way home. And I'm driving in the middle of fucking New Mexico. And there's not a bathroom in fucking sight.
Oh,
and my body
yeah.
decides, hey, we need to pee. And I'm like, oh, I'll just pull off on the next off ramp and go pee right here. And I hit the off ramp. My body's like, nope, we're peeing right now. And I was like, holy shit. And I like dive out of the car. Hold on. I whip it out as I'm diving out of the car, and I'm pissing all over the fucking place. And I'm running, and the Tesla has a front trunk, and I hit the front trunk, and it pops open, and I flip it up as I'm running by, and my dick just hanging out of my pants, and it is the longest piss I've ever taken in my life. And it's literally cars are like zoom, zoom, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is really going on a long time.
I wish you had a fucking GoPro on the dash for this, dude.
Holy shit.
So I get done, and right as I get done, I'm putting down, and a guy on his motorcycle pulls up. He's like, you all right there? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you broken down? You need me to call somebody? and this is not like I pissed and it was like a clean shot the first time out. It was like that drunken late night, but it was the middle of the day. And the problem was I was literally driving down the road and I had a gallon of water and I was just drinking out of a gallon of water. Uh-huh. And I drank almost a fucking full gallon of water, not even realizing it. And my body was like, right fucking now.
Yeah, and there really is nothing in. There's Albuquerque.
Right.
It was
and
nothing.
after Albuquerque, there's nothing else in New Mexico.
But there's no, and you can't stop on the side of the road because there's not enough shoulder.
Yeah.
So I'm literally holding it to the next off ramp, which was like 11 miles, and I'm all okay. But what's great is like you could see it was like, you remember the fucking family, the family, the comic in the fucking
Family Circus.
Thank you. Where it's like Jimmy runs around the neighborhood and it's like the dotted line.
Right.
Yes.
Like that was my stream of urine. Like you could see where I literally opened the door and unzipped my pants and started peeing out the side of the door. I was like, holy shit, this is bad.
Yeah, I have this fear of my children. Like I've seen it happen at like theme parks and stuff like that, or the mall. Like you didn't get Junior to the bathroom soon enough.
Oh yeah.
Pissed or shit themselves. So as soon as they say something, I'm like, we stop everything
Because you don't want to clean it up.
Exactly.
Right.
Nothing, like, oh, now what?
And then you're buying pants.
Or shoes. Because you shit down your shoes.
Right.
We went to go get the movie tickets. We went and saw Ant-Man and Wasp, just me and the boys, on this last weekend. And went to the theater to get the tickets early, and whatnot. And one of them's like, I got to poop. Oh. And I was like, I went back to the theater. I said, you need to let me in right now. This kid needs to poop. And we went in there, and now there's three of us in the handicap stall. And he drops a deuce, and I was like, I am absolutely impressed, son. That is the.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you kept that in you.
Right.
That is the mightiest crap I've ever seen.
Well, that's Lauren, dude.
Yeah.
Lauren,
Whoa. Let's before we go too far into this shit and poop talk.
No, seriously. She has to let them sit in the toilet to soften. Because they are so big, they won't go down the pipe.
There's medicine for that, man.
It doesn't do anything. Our fridge has like bottles of experimental shit in there.
My God.
I'm dropping bricks.
Oh my God, I have the best story ever.
Oh, I don't want to hear anymore.
Hey, my poop won't go down. Get the hanger.
Dude,
Get the wire hanger. I gotta break this up.
So yes, I started leaving a pencil in there.
Hey,
Just throw it away.
don't.
No, dude, this is like just this week.
No.
So Lauren was at her boyfriend's like family get together, and she decides she's gonna go use the restroom upstairs. And like half an hour has gone by. She calls Carrie because she doesn't know what to do because she clogged the toilet, and there's no plunger. And she doesn't want to tell the boyfriend. And they're she can start to hear him downstairs. Like, where's Lauren? Where'd she go? And she's in the bathroom on the floor crying. And it's so good. And so finally Carrie calls her boyfriend and says, you need to go rescue her. She's locked in the bathroom. That poor kid, dude.
I bet the boyfriend's like,
What the hell?
wait, hi, what? She's up. What the hell is going on?
Why are you calling me?
Oh man,
That poor kid, dude. This is the same kid, if you remember, that shit herself in my classroom when she was in high school.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember
yeah.
that story.
She's got some issues when it comes to the dookie.
Dude, that's oh my god.
Like
oh my god.
that right there is a fucking movie scene
That's
that
like right
we've
out of
all
like something
seen.
about Mary or
Right,
something
right.
that. No, but what happened to me?
But for real, like all the time.
Well, here's the problem with the Tesla. Like, you stop at a certain point. It's like 200 miles we need to charge, and I became like fucking Pavlov's dog by like day 3. Like the minute that my body stopped, we're like, we're peeing.
Yeah.
Hey, we're peeing,
Yeah.
and it became like every stop became like a race to the fucking restroom at a certain point. And I told her, I was like, Jesus Christ, I need my prostate examined or something because like this is I need to go to wherever Steve goes and have the guy slide the finger up there real quick and give us a go, you know? But yeah. I'm not as bad as all that. That's more of the wife's territory, like destroying restrooms.
Right.
You know, I'm a shy pooper, as it were. So, but yeah, good times. All right, so let's actually talk some nerd stuff now
All
that
right.
we've taken this way off the road.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I mean, where to begin? How about we start with the James Gunn?
I was gonna
update?
say we got to talk about James Gunn.
So we had a big diatribe on the last episode, and our listeners wholeheartedly enjoyed our conversation because we got a lot of good feedback on
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
so we're
that.
glad you liked it as well. So, Chris, why don't you give us the James Gunn update that
Well,
just happened today?
I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I've been kind of like following whenever something would pop up, and I love reading Batista's
Oh, yeah, dude.
rants on all of this
Yes,
shit. Like he
yeah.
has really been going after him.
And he's on point.
Yes, he is. And so today I saw something pop up that said, "Oh yeah, DC is trying to contact James Gunn to direct shows for movies on down the line."
Save us.
Right?
Save us,
Right.
James Gunn.
And they're
So-
like,
so
"We don't
mad
care
at
what
this.
the fuck you posted on Twitter 10 years ago. Just make a goddamn good movie for us, please, because
Yeah.
we can't." So I thought, "Oh, that's fucking like hilarious." And I posted something on Facebook like, "I don't care who you are, this is fucking funny right here." Like 2 hours later, another one pops up that says Disney is trying to work out a way to get him back on to Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Well, I read the article. It was like Marvel Studios basically.
That's-
contacted
yeah,
Disney
that's what
and
I meant.
said, like, hey, like we want him back. Like we're using his script. Like
Right.
Like there's no way you've messed up. Let's fix this. You know.
Right.
But it's not. Yeah.
No, I misspoke. Not Disney, Marvel.
Exactly. Well, I think this brings up an interesting conversation because we joke all the time about Disney buying everything.
Yes.
You know. So, but what happens at a certain point when Disney, because they're going to control like a significant market share of films that are released. We're talking like more than 50% of the market share
Right.
will belong to Disney by the time this Fox deal goes through.
Right.
Like that's insane.
Well, and they're also all about, their brand and public perception, and they don't want it damaged. So,
Right.
if you don't want Disney to do this kind of shit, then I would recommend stop being a pussy every time somebody makes some off-color joke or you want to record some shit that they thought they were talking privately. Fuckers are up at goddamn arms. Sack it the fuck up. God damn, dude.
That's the next meme. Sack it the fuck up.
It's just like McDonald's, who everybody hates,
Right.
but is the one company that has played to every consumer's whim over them until they played to the whims, so they made such a crappy product now. Oh, you want it faster? We'll make it faster. You want it cheaper? We'll make it cheaper. You want it bigger? We'll make it bigger. You want it healthy? We'll make it healthy. Whether you like them, you hate them, you love them, you
Right.
despise them, they want your dimes and your nickels.
Well, and what's even funnier is they've got, so this Fox deal is going through and they've got their streaming service coming out. So we know.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Well, but here's it. Well, first off, they've already announced they will be cheaper than Netflix. So, like, that's a big deal, I guess. I don't know. But we already know they're doing a Star Wars show, like the Jon Favreau Star Wars TV show.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be money.
So now there's conversation that's where the X-Men might show up. Is on there, like they made, instead of going the route of like let's create a whole X-Men set of movies in the MCU.
They were like snickety snick with fucking Wolverine.
Fuck yeah,
Chop
dude.
a fucking Mickey's head
Dude,
off.
No. Surprise, surprise, I'm not fucking buying another service.
Well, I mean,
and
look,
Disney can suck it.
Disney's
I don't
already-
care what's on it.
look,
I'm not doing it.
Disney's already got my money because that's where the next season, the last season of Clone Wars is going to end.
I
up.
gotta see that.
And I got to see that.
So glad I did not get sucked into that.
Dude,
then.
Such a
first
great
off,
show,
it's
dude.
so great.
I'm sure it's amazing, but I'm not paying for another motherfucking service. I'll come over to your house and watch it.
Okay.
He'll spend the fucking gas, the same gas he would fucking have to get their subscription to come all
Right.
this way to fucking. I had
Right.
a grandfather who used to do that.
But wait a
He
minute.
said, "I'm not going to that gas station. I'm going to go to this one over here. I'm going to
It's-
fucking spend $5 to save 25 cents."
It's
That's
the
what Chris
principle.
just said.
Hold on. How much have you fucking spent on VOD?
A lot.
How much have you spent this month on VOD? Hold on, How much have you
but
spent
we own
this?
it.
How much have you spent this month on VOD?
Quite a bit.
How much?
I don't know.
More than 50?
No, we haven't bought. There hasn't been anything out.
What'd you spend last month on VOD?
It's been a dry couple of
If
months.
you went over 10 fucking bucks,
What have you spent this year on VOD?
a lot.
More than.
I won't say I've spent a lot, but
Wait. Have you spent more than $200 on VOD this year?
let's say maybe.
Okay. Let's put it this way. We have Amazon Prime, which comes with your fucking Amazon
I've got
free
that.
shipping.
I have
Right.
We have a Hulu account,
I don't
Yeah, I
have
don't
Hulu.
have
which
that
is
either.
$7.99 a month,
Uh-huh.
and I have a Netflix account.
The
And
only
I-
reason I don't have Hulu is because I work in the industry. I have
you
free
get free cable, yeah.
So, you
So
know.
and we have Netflix, and then on top of that, we each have a movie pass to go see 3 movies a month. now
Movie
for
Pass.
99.
Maybe.
By Gramthar's Hammer.
Maybe.
what a savings!
What a savings!
Maybe 3 movies. As
You
long
just
as
don't wanna- you
they
don't
have
wanna
enough
support-
money that week to be
You
able
don't
to
want
pay
to
for
support the
them.
mouse, but eventually you have to fucking say that the mouse is going to own everything
Exactly.
that's cool.
It's not even that I don't want to support the mouse. I don't want. I'm the same way with programs on the computer. I am not buying a fucking subscription program that gives me 2 extra features.
Like it's like I'm not buying a subscription to Microsoft Word. Like that's dumb.
Right.
you
It's the
know?
same exact thing.
Right.
Do I really need to see this season of the Clone Wars coming out? Well, I mean, no.
Yeah,
I don't.
but you're going to
You
want to
guys-
see that Jon Favreau Star Wars TV show that they're going to spend $100 million making a TV show.
Maybe.
It's amazing.
That's like $100 million. And you can only imagine with Favreau, like the dude, he does not make bad movies. He
I'll
just
tell
does
you
not
what,
make bad
and
movies.
I know when it happens, there'll be people having like get together viewing parties and
Right.
stuff. We'll make sure that you don't get an invite
That's
because
fine.
you didn't want to see their shit.
That's
So-
fine.
We'll do it here. Well, you know what, Steve? We'll drop the 110-inch projection
It
down.
has been quite a while since
And
I've
we-
seen
yeah.
anything on that.
And
so,
we will do a we could watch Deadpool 2 in the other room after Chris leaves if you want.
By the way,
I have my Snuggie in the car.
But I guess my issue comes down to once Disney owns everything, like they're gonna have a hard time hiring people.
Wayland Corporation.
Well, but not everybody is squeaky clean like
No.
they think that their people should be.
Nobody fucking is.
and
But the
everything is
point-
going to be the same.
I saw online. I will not name a name, but Mike got into a discussion with a mutual friend of ours, and this person sort of got on his high horse about this, and essentially was like, "Well, James Gunn, Disney is a family corporation, and James Gunn is making a family film."
Fuck off.
Well, to which I was like, first off, Guardians of the Galaxy, not a family film.
No.
You got a foul-mouthed talking raccoon that fucking literally shoots and kills people
Yes.
with a tree that stabs people. Not really family fare.
You got the main character likes to fuck anything with a vagina
Right.
Yeah.
or two.
right?
You know,
And literally makes jokes about it the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'm asking myself, I'm like, this is why you used to have the touchstone.
You see,
Right.
you know what?
You know?
I got to tell you, man. I don't. You know, I'm an adult now, according to my driver's license. I am a parent. I have raised one child successfully to adulthood without her climbing up the stripper pole or smoking meth. So I know how to raise a kid, kinda, and I'm doing 2 more. I've never really like when I watch Guardians of the Galaxy or really any of the MCU movies. I don't think of fucking Disney, dude.
Not
No.
at all.
You know what? You know what I would think of Disney at 6:00 in the morning, and my boys don't want to watch Cartoon Network, so they put it on the Disney Channel, and I see Mickey.
right.
Right.
When I go to Disneyland, now I think of Disney. Okay,
Right.
I don't see any of this stuff and go Disney.
And I think,
I don't, man.
But I think
Because
they're-
it's not. It's Marvel.
I mean, we're not
Yeah.
talking about fucking, changing that whole, the kids programming a Donald Duck and all this kind of stuff. We're not turning those into adult programming
and
here.
James Gunn isn't directing like the Mickey Mouse Club.
He's not doing the next fucking, Snow Princess meets Princey Frog thing.
I mean, these movies they're PG-13 movies. This is designed for like teenagers and up,
we just need to stop being such fucking bitches every time that somebody comes up with some fucking shit, dude. That's just what it is. But we're every day, dude, we're setting the bar of bullshit and we're accepting it. We're putting up with it. Little increments of crap until it's big shit. We've talked about this before. I said one day they'll fucking come for your music. They'll come for your productions. They'll come for something that I said on Facebook 8 fucking years ago or 8 fucking days ago.
Admittedly, you would be a target.
Oh, absolutely I would be. And I would fucking stand up with the big middle finger and I wouldn't apologize for a goddamn thing I've ever fucking said.
I agree with everything that you're saying right
Except
there.
for that naughty part.
Except for the naughty part. But I think what needs to happen is what's happening, which is the cast standing up and saying, this is not right.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista specifically being like, I don't even want to work for Disney if that's what it means,
Right.
That's awesome. I have not read that.
Oh, absolutely.
no,
and it's one of the things I've been thinking. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Well, I guess we're done.
I think you're at a point, too, where Marvel Studios is essentially like, look, he wrote the script. We're using the script.
Yeah.
Like, we're not rewriting the script. And I think that Disney's put themselves between a rock and a hard place. You know, they are literally like, hey, we're going to take guff on this either way. Either way at this point.
Right.
And it's like, which way would be better,
Yeah.
Who is it more important to please? Because our constituents...
Who's going to spend more money?
Well, and that's exactly it. The audience will fight back, I think, if you send out another Guardians movie without James Gunn. I think the audience will speak. As they spoke with Solo. Like, let's be honest. At a certain point, there's a large section of that audience that was like, we're not supporting this because... we don't like what you did on this last one, And I'll be interested to see what happens with episode 9, because
they're gonna go out for 9 because of Carrie Fisher.
Well, they did. I mean, we haven't talked about that. They did just announce that Carrie Fisher they're gonna use a bunch of unshot stuff that she had from episode 7.
They have to. You can't just not have the character.
Well, there was a whole plot line with her that was cut. She was supposed to be in the front half of that movie.
Oh, really?
And they cut. It was like her. And there was a whole character cut from the film that she had like a subordinate. It was interaction with her because the Resistance has like a super weapon that that they were supposed to use, and then
Is it like a Death Star or something?
like no joke, it is the Resistance version of a Death Star that the First Order, I almost said the New Order, the First Order destroys in the front half. Like there was a whole plot line that they cut, and they basically were like, that's why Carrie Fisher, when she shows up, they were like, it's more effective if she shows up here as opposed to having her peppered in the entire first.
They say it's like it doesn't destroy what they hate, but it stops them with what we love.
They shoot flowers and rainbows.
What was that line?
It's
something.
Fight for what you don't destroy what you hate. Fight for what you love. I think is what she said.
Some hippie shit. It's fucking. I like Leia. This comes out blasted, motherfuckers. Dude. Give me the gun.
Well, in other episode 9 news, they have started shooting. We are in production.
I hear that they're bringing Lando.
Yeah, and Mark Hamill's back as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm at least getting a Force Ghost of Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's clean-shaven, so he's clean-shaven Force Ghost,
Wait. What?
He cut his beard off, dude.
Is a ghost? You can't do that.
Yeah, he went to the Ghost barber shop, and the guy was like, there's a fucking Pabst in the fridge.
Some IPAs, and there's some of that blue milk.
Use that lightsaber razor to shave his neck.
Yeah, they do the neckbeard shave. But yeah, so they're bringing back some of our old favorites, obviously, to placate the audience,
Well, they wanted to bring, from what I understood, I could be wrong, but they wanted to bring Lando back in the last one and have him be the smuggler that sells them out. But he actually said, no, that's not what this character would do, and I won't do it.
Not at this point. I mean...
I just don't think Lando's the type of character that... I mean, he's right.
Why would I go ahead and fight the Empire, destroying the Death Star 2?
Right.
Just because... And then a few years later, go ahead and sell my friends out and get them killed?
Nah.
That doesn't make any
sense.
Not at all.
Whoever came up with that's fucking stupid.
Even before, he was kind of like it was like, Han, this fucking jolly pirate fucking thing. You know, I mean, I'm sitting in my cab. I like that when he in the Han movie when he's fucking like doing the chronicles of Calrissian.
That was great.
It was fucking cool. You know, he's got a collection of capes.
And once again, if you haven't seen
capes,
Solo, it's fantastic.
I love the fucking movie,
and I'm
desperately. And I knew people who are hardcore Star Wars fans who were also boycotted the movie and kind of hardliners on it. And I think they missed out.
Did you tell them you're like, stop being a pussy? And
oh, absolutely, yeah.
You're like, sack it up.
I try not to go down those Facebook rabbit holes anymore. But yeah, I saw a lot of it. You're just like, dude, just lighten up, man.
It's Star Wars, dude. It's a movie.
Come on, just go
right.
Yeah, it's fucking
have some fun, right?
Yeah, totally, dude.
Enjoy it.
I mean, you'll hate that stupid robot thing, but I know somebody who loved that thing.
That would be me.
My kid.
Yeah, it was you, huh?
I dude, it was so much fun. It's the Droid Liberation Front.
Yeah,
like they're
I said it before. C-3PS sucked too.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say it now.
Well,
Always.
The big scuttlebutt is that this episode 9 is already going to be the longest Star Wars movie we've ever made. And the last one logged in at like 2:30, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Right.
I love long movies. Though. I'm all about it.
But we've never had a 3-hour Star Wars movie. Okay, so there's talk about splitting episode 9 into 2 parts. I think they're floating this idea to see what the reaction is, and I've been saying it since the end of Last Jedi. Like, we need 2 more movies essentially to like really wrap up this storyline. Like there's too much to do in the next movie. Otherwise it'll all feel rushed, you know.
Right.
And I've always said that I thought episode 7, like. Basically, 7 and 8 would have made one really good movie if you'd have smashed them together, you know. And like I'm like the prequel people now, where I'm like, if you just get rid of all of episode 1 and episode 2 and put it together, you've got one good movie.
Right.
But I think I think there's something to it. It's like it'd be like the Harry Potter, like when we did Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that you need to do an episode 9 Part 1. Like that seems kind of ridiculous, but. I think if you just go, hey, we've got enough for 2 movies, let's just make 4 hours a movie instead of one 3-hour movie.
Episode 9, Volume 4.
Right.
I mean, but here's the thing. If they really want to release more Star Wars, so to me it's like shoot a big movie, release one in January, and then release the rest of it and fucking, we did it with Kill Bill. We did it with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be okay with that, wouldn't you guys, at a certain point?
Absolutely.
I would.
I mean, I like...
As long as there's no Hayden Christensen, I'm fine.
There will be Hayden Christensen
there
in this
better
movie.
not be a
Bring him
motherfucking
back,
Hayden
dude.
Christensen.
Why not,
Guns
dude?
blazing.
It's it. Like, they're saying this is the end of the
Unless
Skywalker
they kill
saga.
off all the Force ghosts, that would be the only way I would be okay
I'm
with
telling you, dude, the Force Ghosts, they come back and they fight with Rey. Like, I could just see it now. Like, they've already changed the rules, dude. Like, it'd be dope.
I'll boycott that shit.
You could have young Obi-Wan, you could have Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and fucking Luke and Yoda, like, all fighting against, like, Dark Jedi. Dude, that would be the greatest fucking moment ever. Like, my mind would explode with awesomeness.
Like fighting Inquisitors and shit like that.
Dude, it'd be
Cool.
fucking great. Like, think about, like, you remember, like, that moment where Obi-Wan's like, you strike me down, I'll be more powerful than you could ever imagine. And if they showed up and were more powerful than you could ever imagine, like, how great would that be, dude?
That'd be pretty awesome.
Like, that, like, you would be sitting in there and they'd be fucking destroying ships and shit.
Be like, why is Obi-Wan young again, though? Like, he was old. Force Ghost. Nice. I'm confused.
And then he could be like, I can do whatever I want as a Force Ghost. I know I sound like Dracula, but that's the best Obi-Wan I could do.
And then, like, Qui-Gon comes back, and he's super fucking old now.
I'd be okay with that.
You know? Like, what? You
Actually, I
got
forgot about
older?
Qui-Gon.
You got older as a ghost?
Dude, I could see it. I
And
could
Mace
see it
Windu.
now. Oh, no, Mace
And
Windu.
he'd say,
was the first.
who are these
taught,
motherfuckers with the...
Yeah, Qui-Gon taught Yoda.
He did.
He was the first Force Ghost.
He did. So we could have 5 dope-ass Force Ghosts in there fighting alongside a Rey.
4.
Like, 5.
4.
Yoda, Obi-Wan, Anakin.
No, that's where you go wrong. 4. Fuck Anakin.
You're so bitter.
You know what? I would rather have Jake Lloyd come back.
You know what? Every goddamn episode fucking comes back to episode 1. We gotta stop.
No.
We gotta stop.
And people love us for that, Steve. People love us for that.
They're like, here they go again.
So, why? Here's what I don't understand. It's the last segment of this movie's, and we've done this before. We did this with Return of the Jedi. Like, it's the end. We did this with episode 3. Like, it's the end. But it's the end for now. Like,
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Disney didn't go ahead. I've been saying this from the very beginning, man. They didn't go ahead and fucking buy this franchise and build the biggest addition to Disneyland and Disney World ever to make a couple of films and be done with it like Lucas did in the fucking past.
Right.
It is. Listen, you're not going to like every one of the fucking movies that come out.
But they're making more.
But they're fucking coming out, man.
Right.
And, either you could fucking...
Till they stop making money.
yeah, But I don't think
Marvel's
they're...
going
But they're
to.
not going to stop making money. And Marvel's not going to stop making money
I
either.
don't know, dude.
You're fucking tripping on this shit, dude. Listen, man.
You need to accept the fact
Listen,
that this shit is going on forever.
You might not go, but our
I just
kids
don't
are
see
going.
it, dude. I don't see... After
it's
we
no
retire
longer
this
for
group of
us.
characters,
Nah, man.
I do not see it going on the
But
way
I disagree.
it has.
I think it is for us, and I think that they are smart enough with those Marvel movies that they make like, dude. I was on the road trip. I was like, I'm just gonna throw on a fucking really old podcast because why not?
Yeah.
So I threw on like episode 53, and it was like me, you, and Todd, and you're literally sitting there going, man, I don't know about these Marvel movies anymore. This Doctor Strange, I'm not interested. And then it was like I'd sit here going, didn't Steve like talk about how much he loved Doctor Strange?
My
Just
wife loves it.
but it's like these movies. It's like just when you think you know,
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok happens.
Ant-Man.
Just when you think you know,
Yeah.
Infinity War happens, and you're like, holy shit, that was fantastic. Like,
Because honestly, like the Iron Man movies, by the third one, I was fucking done with the Iron Man.
Right.
Series. But then the Avengers, and now, has
But
gone on.
when
And
you
just when you-
retire
so-
Thor,
they're not gonna retire Thor.
they're retiring Thor.
No way, dude. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna sign Thor up to be in Guardians 3. You watch. I'm gonna call it right now. Wouldn't he be
You're
great?
gonna lose Robert Downey
that
Jr.
interaction that they had was awesome.
Wouldn't
in
that be great?
Guardians,
I would
Dude.
shit myself with happiness if they just were like, Thor is now a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I think and the other thing too is and I was
gonna happen.
kind of wrong about it then. I think maybe some of their Netflix shows are kind of hit and miss. Some of them are real hot, some of them are not, and that's just the way it's going to be. But we've got a lot of source material, 40, 50, sometimes 60 years worth of source material on these characters. A lot of different writers have come up with a lot of different plot lines.
Absolutely.
Man, we could, you could really kind of fucking go on and on with
And
this
just so
stuff.
you know,
But you're gonna retire all of the big characters that we fall in love with and
but it
care
doesn't
about.
matter, dude.
You're gonna lose Thor. You're gonna lose Cap. You're gonna lose
you don't
Iron
have to
Man.
lose Thor though.
He's done, dude. He
loves
doesn't want to do
no.
anymore.
I'm telling you, Thor.
You're
like,
gonna lose Hulk.
You don't have to lose Hulk. You just get a new Hulk.
Well, that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna
You've
lose
already
all these
got-
characters we care about. You're gonna lose
Hey.
Hawkeye.
Listen, they didn't think that fucking anybody could ever do the Joker better than Jack Nicholson.
And here we are, right?
Now you've had a
Jared
great
Leto
one,
just like crushed it.
and then you had that one, and I'm curious to see if they do anything with
With
that
the Joaquin Phoenix one?
Phoenix. I mean, these superhero movies, yes, they are for us to some extent.
Yeah.
But the real fucking audience is going to be the kids, and
Absolutely.
they're going to fucking go. The merchandise is there, the cartoons are there, the comics are still there.
maybe.
These kids are fucking into it, dude. I mean, my boys, they sit here and go, "Can I be Thor today?" Well, only if I could be Captain America.
Yeah.
And this is their conversation. And when they're done with that, we move on to Star Wars, but they're all about it, dude.
Exactly.
And I don't know a kid who's not.
Well, and what's even more important is China.
I spend a lot of time with kids these days now,
But the China market has grown up with the MCU the last decade, and that's a huge market now. Like that's
we always forget about those
Yeah.
markets. We don't talk about those markets in other parts of the world.
Well, I mean, like but they, you know what they didn't grow up with? Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like those movies are not doing well in China. But you know what's fucking killing it in China? Avengers,
Yeah.
Black Panther, all these movies are just killing it over there. And to me, it's like that's why this goes on forever. Like these Marvel movies, I know you, but look, man, even when we retire, you forget, like, because it doesn't seem like anymore. But Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, that was all second tier, dude. That was the B group. Like they brought the B group and turned it into the biggest fucking thing ever.
Well, who's the A group then?
The X-Men.
Yeah, but that's
Spider-Man.
different. That's different.
No. Disney and the MCU is getting a hold of the Fantastic Four.
No one's gonna care about the I know you love Fantastic Four. No one is going to care about Fantastic Four.
There is
they have fucked it up so many times that
But you
there's
don't even-
no way.
But you don't understand. They've never done Doctor Doom right. And now you're going to do Doctor Doom right, and Doctor Doom is going to be the villain in the MCU that you've been waiting for. Like everybody, like you were like, yes, Thanos was
You got
so
big
great.
hopes, my friend.
Dude.
They're going to fuck it up again.
But they can finally do it right because they can do the origin story right because he's evil Iron Man. That's what you guys are missing.
Yeah.
He's the bad version of fucking Iron Man that looks like he's like Darth Vader meets Iron Man, and he's bad and evil, and like the Fantastic Four is fun, and it's like everything that you love about like Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, you're going to get that with Fantastic Four, and it's going to be done right. And they're going to get a Sue Storm that actually has blonde hair and blue eyes. It's going to be a miracle.
Maybe.
Hey man, fucking Jessica Alba she was doing it for me in those first ones.
I have no problem with her.
I love looking at her, but at
She
no
is
point
hot, dude.
when she's like, I am a scientist.
No.
I'm all, nah.
Good point.
Nope. You know what you're not? A scientist. Not in any way, shape, or form. But I'm telling you, man, like that like, how's this? When you got done with The Amazing Spider-Man 2, were you sitting there going, man, I can't wait for Spider-Man in the MCU because that movie was a piece of shit.
Yes, it was.
And it was like,
You know who's in that? Spawn.
was he?
You don't remember Jamie Foxx?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He was Electro.
Oh, he was Electro in
Yeah.
that. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I've kind of blocked that movie from my memory because it was so atrociously bad. It
Yeah,
hurt
dude.
my soul.
I
sat
think
that
he
one
should
out.
be disqualified from ever being in any of those movies again because of that performance and that role.
I think
He's done.
you've got such an interesting slate of movies coming up, and they're going to introduce mutants, and they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. And
I
here's the
hope
thing-
you're right.
But here's the thing with Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four has a unbelievably great rogues gallery. Like, there are so many good villains with the Fantastic Four, and if you don't believe me that the Fantastic Four movie will be great, all I got to say is they made 2 Incredibles movies, and the Incredibles are a complete ripoff of the Fantastic Four, like in every way, shape, and form. And those movies are a blast. So I know you don't necessarily believe me, but yeah, that's what's coming down the pipe.
We'll see.
Okay, all right.
We'll see.
Well, I think we should wrap up this episode right there. I think we got a lot more to talk about, so I think we'll maybe do another one since Steve's on vacation, even though he's tired. Sleepy-
we'll see.
Sleepy time, Steve. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and we got into a lot of stuff. But once again, I am 3 movies for $9.99.
I'm Grab Dar's hammer.
I'm a scientist.
And we hope you guys are having a Nerdlife Crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.